Welcome into the Warchant.com Man Cave Show. I'm Jeff Cameron alongside Tom Lang. We're at the 7th Hill Tap Room, which for now is being called the 7 in a Row Tap Room, and that's a good thing. But without further ado, let's bring it to my man TaReef KnockOut for Noles 2.0 Miami edition, as heard in Doak Campbell Stadium. Go get it, my man.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Jeff. Yeah. Warchant.com Man Cave Show. TaReef KnockOut. Noles 2.0. Garnet. Gold. Pulled up in front of Doak Campbell, sold out with over 80,000. The marching chiefs revving up the band. Let's hit the war chant, everybody chopping. J. Boo for president, but much respect to the legend Bowden. Chief Osceola, Ron Renegade. Time to plant the spear, all the nose shouting. James Blackman with the play action. Throw it to Arden to Gavin. It's first and goal, you already know. We'll give it to Patrick. Too easy, Bo. Too many skulls. Watch Ken win the Heisman. Remember our names, unconquered flame with no fire hydrant. Man, shout out our defense. T-Mac, give us a pick six. During James, bringing that hit stick. Squad full of the blue chips. Wave your towels round, jumping up and down like we Coach Vic. It's game week, we got Noles and Canes, and you already know who gon' represent. Florida State, history in the making. Attitude of domination. The whole state we've been dominating, but they fear the spear all across the nation. The U is back, must be daydreaming. Sucks to be you sitting in them bleachers. Word to my man Jeff Cameron. Knows 3 wins away from that platinum Bohica. Protect this house. Under the Saturday lights, they had to count him and count him again to make sure the victory's right. 7 straight, yeah. We want 8, yeah. 7 straight, yeah. We want 8, yeah, 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 yeah. Warchant.com, ESPN 979. Rivals just talk. Florida State done with the hype. Florida State done with the hype. Knows number 1. TaReef KnockOut. We are Florida State. This is no nation. Yeah. Garnet, gold, Noles 2.0. Beat Miami. Let's go Noles. Shout out Warchant.com, Man Cave Show, ESPN 979. I am TaReef KnockOut.
Yeah. You know what I don't want to do?
You can't bet on the consistency, and that's the key word of the coaching staff and the program, right? It's consistency. You just can't bet on them all performing at the highest level with the right intensity at the same time. If they do, well, then Miami's in for a rude awakening, and it's 8 in a row all day, but you can't expect
until this Saturday at 3:30 when they all perform more than admirably and get it done and could continue to plague Miami with the 8th straight victory, and we move ever closer to the Platinum Bohica that we all desperately desire. I don't want to have to break out that trophy before it's time to tell you what it would have looked like.
Whoa, no.
It's also inappropriate.
It is really inappropriate.
No, it's wildly inappropriate.
The FCC wouldn't like it. Even this show, you know, we push the buttons on this show. They wouldn't like it very much. If you did, and I know it's complete BS that you have to, but if you did lower expectations, you're in for a lot of close games this year. I mean, every single one of them is probably going to be close. Just look at last week. I mean, we expect. I know whatever the line said, but you watch Wake, you watch us. You can expect one thing, and that's to win the game handily. But we're not performing up to expectations. That's the unfortunate thing.
Yeah, the good news here is if you want to infuse some life and some hope that obviously Florida State does get it together, you would like to believe that Jimbo Fisher, who has been so wildly consistent in his time at Florida State, not only in beating Miami, which he's done for 7 consecutive years, never having lost to them, is 13-1 against the rivals in the state. And he's always seemed to coach his best game against Miami, if you think about it, and against Florida for that matter. He's been really good in these games.
Well, yeah, and on the positive side, too, not to be all negative all the time. I know that the media gets killed for that, but when it's true, it's true. However, some of the positives of the season, I mean, if you look at the way the defense performed down to the final play against Alabama, I mean, they took it to the Crimson Tide. In the trenches, on the perimeter, they took it to them. Special teams have rebounded after week 1. Special teams have been...
There you go. Now I'm feeling better.
Well,
listen,
we're moving in the right direction. And then the heart of a freshman quarterback firing to Auden Tate, who's hurt and lands on the ground on his hurt shoulder for a game-winning touchdown.
Absolutely.
They've got heart. It's just they're not prepared when they step on the field, so hopefully they're prepared this week.
All right, let's do word association. You want to do that? Are we ready to get to some of the fun? And that way we won't have to talk so much about how bad we've looked up to this point. So
first word association, one of our old friends.
I never know what you're going to do with this, so I'm having fun with this. So let's go.
Our first one is an old friend.
Yeah.
Nevin Shapiro.
Hero! We have to love what Nevin Shapiro did for Miami, right?
We'll bring
That's a tailspin.
unmentionables who are always here at the 7 in a row tap room.
There they are.
Do we not love Nevin Shapiro?
Yeah, everybody loves Nevin Shapiro.
Is he not a hero of the program?
There he is, right there. Look up there in the distance. You can see him. I mean, perfect representation of the University of Miami is Nevin Shapiro doing his best to bring the U back.
All right, next
glorious thing.
Next word association, 2010.
Win for Florida State. And you know, I have a suspicion if we're going to continue to do this, I'll go through each one of these, but that's a game that we won against the University of Miami.
It is.
Sir. Yes.
Chris Thompson, a couple of home runs to finish it off.
45-17 is what I really thought of there. That's fine. That's two.
Jermaine Thomas carrying the day early on. He was
well, let's just steer clear of that. You love to do that to me.
2011.
Another win, Tom. Yet another win for Florida State. 23-19 this time. Victorious over Miami yet again.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was Ponder in the rain.
That's right.
2012.
Yet another win for Florida State against the University of Miami, as I recall. That was 33-20.
Yep, 2013.
You almost got me. Another win. Another win against the University of Miami. You know, when you do it this way, it's a lot of fun. I mean, we're just kind of getting started. There's so many more of these. I also think about national championship, but that was another win. And, you know, I'm not even sure we played well in that 41-14 shellacking of the University of Miami. Yet another victory.
That was actually Winston's worst regular season performance of the regular season.
And yet, 41-14.
They were a top 10 team that game, weren't they?
Yeah, it's a tragedy. Yeah, they got by Wake Forest, just like us.
In name only.
Yeah.
2014.
Yet another win for Florida State against Miami. My goodness, I like this game. Word association. We got 2015.
How did you know that was next?
Another win for Florida State against the University of Miami. And in case you forgot, that was 29-24. We should remind our friends at the University of Miami they lost that game as well.
All right, 2016. I think we all know where we're going.
You look at the TV there. We can watch that in loop over and over and over and over again.
The block at the Rock. Unmentionables.
The block at the Rock, indeed. There we go. You can watch it over and over. That was 20-19, and yet another win for Florida State. And there's another block that we enjoy. This is just fun to watch over and over as Kelvin Benjamin decides to tell this young man, nope. Over and over again. Yes, that's a thing of beauty. By the way, I was 39. I'm now 46. I was 39 years old the last time Miami.
Okay. That was the next one. Before we get to Elijah from the 7th Hill Tap Room, will be coming with our beer of the week in just a moment.
Yeah.
39. That was your age. I was 23.
You were a young cat. 23.
I'm going to be 31 in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Man, it's been a long time. And you know, when we used the Chris Ricks stack, as about the last quarterback to lose to Miami down there was Chris Ricks. He's 37 years old. Sweet Jesus.
He's going to be the same age as Nate Andrews by the time it's done.
Times have been tough. Let's get to the beer of the week. Is Elijah around getting that? We should make it happen. You want to get to the... Oh, well, by the way...
Someone call Elijah over for the beer of the week. Before we do that, there's one more word association.
All right.
It's 2 words.
Yep.
All right, we've had our fun. Confidence level.
Oh, you got to do this to me now?
Confidence level for this weekend.
I can muster a 5. I can muster a 5, which gets us to the halfway. Out of 10, I'll take that, right?
Well, maybe
on that note, we should probably have a beer, right? I think so. On that note, we should.
I've got Axle Grease by Lake Trout.
All right.
This is Axle Grease by Lake Trout.
All right. I like Lake Trout. Thank you, Elijah.
A delicious porter. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Elijah from the 7 in a Row Tap Room.
Feel free. Tell us what we're drinking here. I know you just told us, Axle.
So we've got Axle Grease by Lake Trout. It is an American Robust Porter. It's very strictly malt, a little bit of hop characteristic, a little bit lighter body than most porters these days. It's just roast and toast notes, kind of
well, why don't we cheers it and drink it then? Why don't we do that? Thank you so much, Elijah. I appreciate it.
You mentioned Tapped Out Tuesday?
Tapped Out Tuesday. Yes, today after 7 p.m., which is now, you get $3 pints at this guy.
$3 pints, and this is delicious.
$3 pints. Yeah, now the unmentionables perk up. Now they're alive. You bring beer into the equation.
I understand the atmosphere is a little shaky these days with the way we've played, but when you mention $3 beer here, and good one at that, there you go.
Well, Elijah, thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you for having me, guys.
Absolutely.
Before we go to break,
Axle Grease Porter, $3.
We'll send you out with a couple of GIFs, just some of the blocks we just referred to. So good times as we head to break, and we all toast to an 8th year in a row. Could it happen? Might it happen?
To 8 in a row. Here. To 8 in a row. Make it happen. We'll be back in a moment. Thanks, Jimmy Johns. Welcome back to the Warchant Man Cave Show. Jeff Cameron and Tom Lang, and we're getting ready to play some shuffleboard as we're wont to do when we're here at the 7th Hill Tap Room, or as it's known today.
7 in a Row Tap Room.
7 in a Row Tap Room is absolutely right. And, well, you know, this is a rivalry that I go way back on to before you were even born, and you like to remind me of that. And we were just reminding Gene Williams He was in law school before you were born.
Well, we said it. We said it in a word association. You know, you were 39 the last time Miami won. I was 23.
I was 39 the last time the Canes won. I'm now 46. And you were 23, and you'll be 31 any day now.
I'll be 31 in a a few weeks' time. Yeah. What was the first game you went to? What year?
80 down in Miami with my father.
80
in 1980. I was 9 years old in 1980, and I went down and I saw there. I'm off to a good start.
Of Pittsburgh Pirates World Series victory.
Yes, a year removed. So down there, and actually, I will tell you that as far as this rivalry goes, the oddity is one of my favorite memories is actually in '87. We lose 26-25 in one of the all-time great games, and Michael Irvin scores the touchdown to break our heart. We were up 19-3 at that time, before the big comeback. But my dad allowed me to tailgate with them, and it was not like that. No, but I was with the guys, and it just felt like I belonged, and it was cool, and I was able to talk shop with them, if you will. And even though we lost that game, the atmosphere was incredible. So '87 is probably my first really good memory of this rivalry.
Now, maybe this isn't the best time to mention it, but there was a time in Florida State, Miami football history when people in the state were kind of pulling for all three teams, because it was a Florida against the world mentality?
Well, in '83, the Canes win the national championship against Nebraska, and I couldn't have known it at the time, but my whole family and people I knew all over that were either Gator graduates or Florida State graduates were actually rooting for Miami. There wasn't this great hatred that has built up over the years as we have now, and there was a time that you kind of rooted for everybody in the state because Florida, the state of Florida, didn't own college football the way that it did throughout the 90s. And so, you just wanted everybody to do well. That quickly devolved into pure hatred.
To hear of a time where people in the state wanted everybody to do well is just, it's like bizarro world.
But I'm going to give you my note of elation is I'm a student here in '93 and it's 28-10, and you got a chance to win a national championship.
Yeah.
And that's
what it meant.
Yeah, that's what it meant. You knew that, yeah. So that's a big one for me as well. I've got a bunch of them.
To me, growing up, that's very nicely done.
That's nicely done.
You jerk. The Florida State rivalry was bigger because in the 90s it was Spurrier and it was Bowden, and there were so many classic games. They played in the Sugar Bowl every other year, it felt like. And obviously national championships on the line when all three teams are playing.
Nicely done, sir. My goodness
are playing
gracious.
each other. But with Miami, it always felt like something would go wrong, especially late 90s, early 2000s. I mean, I know you win 93, you win 99. But
well, in '97, by the way, we beat them 47-0. Nothing went wrong there. We beat that ass. It was a beautiful thing. And I remember before kicking off to them after we'd gotten the lead 47-0, our players were dancing in their face. It was one of my favorite moments in the rivalry.
Well, it was better than dancing after the Seminole rap.
Yeah, this is true. It's kind of a big throw here. And I screwed myself.
Oh, buddy.
Oh,
I'm in
Tommy.
business.
Tommy's won it.
I'm in don't mess it up territory.
Well, the problem is we have such a limited time to play. I'm going to fall to defeat here.
There it is. All right.
So that hurts. We're doing a one roll.
Another turn.
We got how much time do we have? Do we have enough time for another? We do. We have plenty of time.
Okay,
Let's do
we got time for another one.
Let's walk it down there. Here,
All
I'll
right,
sign
walk and talk.
Walk and talk.
This is
so. Do you want to go through players?
Live television, folks. Don't try this at home.
You want to go? You want to go live players? And I'm assuming you're going to want me to go first. Our all-time players?
Yeah. Well. There's a couple of things. Like, who are the guys that you loathe the most? I mean, everybody always talks about, Kellen Winslow.
Well, he's number one.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Kellen Winslow Jr. is probably number one. Jeremy Shockey is high on the list.
I thought it might be somebody from the 80s. But
Carlos Huerta, who was a great kicker for them, and he kicked there for 25 years.
Now, I feel the same way about Berrios. Braxton Berrios has been there since I was an undergrad.
He's current, man. He's current.
I know, but he's been there since I was an undergrad. He's been there since Fortson dropped the ball in the end zone.
Oddly, and Gene will remember this, and Michael Barrow was a great player for them, and I loathed Michael Barrow. I mean, I really hated him. So he's high on the list. God, Jeremy Shockey, did I say that? Warren Sapp. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's pretty obvious.
What do you think they hate the most? Is it Dalvin?
Oh, who does
there's some that have taken national championship type seasons away from him. But, I mean, Dalvin has stolen their hearts.
From down there, made it happen.
Right.
They could hate Jameis because he shushed the woman after she was flicking him off with all the class of a Canes fan, typically. Yeah, that was good. I don't know.
But think about how many meaningful touchdowns Dalvin scored in the game.
I think it's Dalvin. All right, so I'm going to lose because I got stumped here in the first row. Oh,
They're probably pretty tired of Timmy Jernigan, too.
Well, he did pick up
the hip toss Feliciano.
Yeah. All right, so here's what we're going to do.
Look
at my man with the spin. Look at my man feeling it out.
Delicate touch. That's delicate.
And this is going to be good, too. And look at that. These two guys might be really good at shuffleboard. I'm just saying, these two individuals are really good at shuffleboard.
Well, I'm not going to rock the boat over there.
Let's round it out. Let's say goodbye and move on to the next.
Nope. Yeah, no rocking the boat. Well, we getting a couple more in.
Well, you know, when you get a chance to win. I was trying to do the double duty.
So the bottom line is, on Miami Saturdays, this person is different than he is the other 364 days of the year. He is maniacal. By far the most important rivalry we have to me, and again that has to do with the fact that I'm 46. Like you said, if you're younger, it might be 40 something. Gene, rivalry to you?
Still Florida.
Still Florida?
Got some fights down there.
Okay. I like that you got into fights. You're like the most mild-mannered guy I know, and then you got into fights. I love it.
That's what a game day does to all of us.
Yeah, it can happen, especially when you're young.
Somewhat. See,
all right, so
Tom
Tom wins. He wins the shuffleboard. We'll be back in a moment. Warchant.com Man Cave Show from the 7th Hill Tap Room. 7 in a row Tap Room.
To my left, stage right over here. Where's it stage left? Whatever it is. It's TaReef KnockOut, and we want to appreciate and thank him.
Thank you, brother. As always.
Yes, sir. AKA Jared to all of us, but TaReef, man, we really appreciate your performance, and we understand that there were a little bit of audio difficulties when we kicked off the show. The performance will be available to you as soon as this is posted online.
Yeah, so
with full audio quality, so you'll be A-OK. The album is Majority Decision by TaReef KnockOut, so hey, man, we really appreciate the Noles 2.0. How long did that take you to come up with the Miami Mix 2.0?
About a week. I just kind of practiced with it, you know, put a few different lines in it. But yeah, probably a couple of days.
Where can we find the music? Tell everybody again. I know you did it before, but let's make sure everybody can find it.
Yeah, Majority Decision, out now worldwide, iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, Google, as well as
all the places you get music. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. My SoundCloud as well, TaReef KnockOut.
Excellent. Thanks, TaReef. Appreciate you, baby.
TaReef, we thank you so much for your performance. Unmentionable, let's give it up for TaReef KnockOut.
Here, here.
All right, so moving forward, as we have going to decide to kind of move away from full show today, so we're moving away from the top five
countdown.
No top five countdown.
Not enough time,
today, guys. Not enough.
Had to play shuffleboard. Had to do word association.
You had to dominate me in shuffleboard. That was unfortunate.
But we can't not do our photo feature, our memes, our gifs.
Oh yeah.
We laugh at the expense of the University of Miami. We have for 7 years. Honestly, we have for the entire rivalry, but we have for the last 7 years in particular. So, the Unmentionables will need your help with what we're about to post on the screen out there.
So we got to pick our winners, right?
Yes.
All right,
so,
here we go.
Ryan, if you would, let's roll through. There's a lot of them. All right, so we introduce first Crying Miami Fan.
I mean, he's weeping. It's a glorious thing. Weeping.
That is our man, Naughty to the Knowles. So once upon a time,
Derek Naughty.
A local radio host in Tallahassee predicted that a man from the Mid-Atlantic named Derek Naughty would be choosing Florida State on signing day. He did just that.
There you go. Last national championship game, VHS, as you can well see. Well done there. Dust off the VCR tapes. Nicely done. Submitted by you guys.
Our man Vanilla Ice.
Oh my God.
That's well done.
Canes are back
well
to back
done.
losses.
Yes.
Oh, man, snuck it in!
Got me again.
We snuck it in!
Why? Years.
This is actually appearing on the broadcast right next to where I'm sitting.
No.
Next up is the Vanilla Ice dancing gif. There he
that's
is.
good. That's beautiful.
We're in the old. That's the Dabo Swinney sweatshirt.
Yep. Oh man, is this?
Oh, followed up by the Ibis.
Yes, nicely done.
So here's the best thing about this GIF as Ryan catches us up here. This GIF.
What are we doing?
Well, the in-house is ahead of what we're talking about.
What are we doing?
It's Donna Shalala and Devin Shapiro.
Okay, this show is off the tracks. I don't know what's going here. I mean,
Ryan, go full on all these graphics.
Oh,
and we'll
my
hear,
God.
There it is, the cupping of the moobs.
They're never going to be able to live that down. And there's an all-time hit. Yep, Stanford Samuels delivering the good, and now his kid plays here, which is crazy.
These like he's on.
There it is.
Cocaine.
There's that.
We're flying through these.
Nigel Bradham.
Did you prefer the Nigel Bradham hit or the Stanford Samuels hit? Is it the Samuels hit because
I was on the field next to you, down on the field for the Nigel Bradham hit. I was in the stands with my old roommate during the Stanford Samuels hit. The Stanford Samuels hit I liked more. Although we lose that game.
Because of the water, you know, it's just
yeah, something about that. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
just absolutely brutal.
My
So
mind
something
did
about
not process the Nigel Bradham hit. It just didn't seem like it was real. I thought the kid might have been dead. That was LaRon Bird, I think.
It was LaRon Bird, and it was Ja'Cory Harris with the absolute worst thing you can do as a quarterback. And the point was, I knew they would throw the flag, and they did instantaneously. I was just stunned that that there wasn't a riot amongst the Miami fans, because that was and it was a legal hit, as it turned out. Absolute legal hit. All right, so we got to do picks, don't we?
Yeah, the Unmentionables are 3/4 down with their beer. I don't know that they're going to vote for any one of these. They're all winners. They're all winners, just like we have been each of the last 7 years.
We're just allowed to look at them. We don't have to vote on anything right there. I think that's fine. We just look at them. That's good. All right, here we go. You ready?
Yeah, it's our locks of the week time.
Lock of the week. I struggled this week. I got to be honest with you. I didn't love any of these games. So you like all that? You like the way I couched that? Give me Bama to continue to roll over the impotent SEC in Texas A&M minus 26.5 roll time.
Yeah, for me, I hit my last lock to get to 1-1 in the season. That was Auburn over Mizzou, and that was a laugher in the second half.
You were all over. We seem to have a good gauge on the SEC.
We do much better than us.
Yeah.
It's just unimaginable,
Yeah,
really.
that's true. That's true.
Clemson minus 22 over Wake Forest. This is a letdown game for either one of them, but Wake Forest, when it lets down, it really lets down. I think they're going to be emotionally distraught after the loss to Florida State. They thought they had that game, and so did we.
Right, they probably
but
should have.
Clemson is playing this game at home, and Clemson has found a groove, sadly, where they're demolishing everyone.
We got plenty of time until we play them. Let's get to this big one here. The wager of the week between you and I. We're 1-1 right
That's
now,
correct.
right? Since we've last met. Yeah.
I got my ass handed to me with the Texas pick.
Well, that was, I felt something about Maryland, and that worked out well. And then you got me because of the 1 point win for Florida.
Right. Kentucky
I took Florida.
+3. Yeah, there it is.
You were all right.
Comfortably under the 3.
All right, so Cal plus 27.5 against Washington. I'll do the plus 27.5. And you know I'm a Washington guy.
I know.
I'm going to take Cal to hang in there and get shellacked by 24.
I think it's a fait accompli because you're betting against UW.
Yeah. All right, so let's keep moving here. Games of the week. Georgia minus 17.5. They're winning with a freshman quarterback and winning big these days as they stomped Tennessee and perhaps took Butch Jones out back. Given 17.5 against Vandy. Vandy let me down.
Yeah, well, this game.
Vandy let me down last week.
This game's in Nashville, but again, it's
this game's in. Oh no, they're going to Vandy.
If you look at it 2 years ago, Georgia mightily struggled with Vandy, but different coach, different story, and a different defense. I don't know the Vandy scores in this game beyond maybe 3 points, so I think Georgia covers.
I'm going with Georgia there as well. Auburn minus 21.5 against Ole Miss. This is an Ole Miss team that last week gave up over 60 to Alabama. They also lost to Cal, the aforementioned Cal Bears. I'll take Auburn to roll big over Ole Miss and give the 21.5.
We agree. Ole Miss is just getting kicked in the back alleys right now. Everybody's getting theirs on Ole Miss. It's a get-right game, and frankly, it's because of Hugh Freeze and the criminal action.
Yes. Good old shady tip. There you go.
There
like Miami 97. Florida's given 3.5 to LSU. Not a game I want to watch, but I will take Florida as LSU just lost at home to Troy.
You know, for Florida, it should be wins by default all these weeks, and they make them close. So I'm tempted because of the hook.
Yeah, I get it. It could be a very close game.
But LSU is just you talk about a program that's in absolute disarray. We're in disarray. They're in absolute disarray, losing to Troy. So I'll take Florida minus the 3.5.
Give me Notre Dame going to North Carolina and Chapel Hill. They got problems right now. Notre Dame romps against North Carolina. They'll run the ball effectively, keep Carolina's offense off the field, which isn't that good to begin with these days. Give me Notre Dame. Give it a 15.5.
We agree a lot on these, don't we?
Michigan minus 10.5 against Michigan State. Ordinarily, I'd love to take Sparty here, but I'm not a big believer in what's happening at Michigan State right about now. Watch them play against Iowa. Give me Michigan here, although they've got a quarterback issue going on there.
They got a quarterback issue. They got right in the second half against
rivalry
Purdue.
Game.
Actually, I'll take Sparty. I know it's in Ann Arbor, but I'll take Sparty in this one, and hopefully the hook wins.
Stanford, Utah. I'll take Stanford. Utah can't score. I'll give it the 5.5. And then finally, we get to the big one before we sign off, and we say thanks to everybody here at the Seventh Hill Tap Room, and of course, we say thanks to everybody at Jimmy John's for helping us out as always. But Miami is favored coming to Tallahassee. It is hard to fathom.
Yeah.
But that is the case. The program that has lost 7 straight to Florida State University comes in as a favorite. Do the Noles rise up? Does pride kick in? Do they find a way to put it all together for a day and get this win and prolong misery at the University of Miami?
Well, it's a tough one. Today I've been enjoying, other than the Axle Grease Porter, this is MIA, it's almost gone now. MIA Hard Water, it's brewed with 7 years of Miami Tears. And in drinking that, I think we need to get off to a freaky fast start, if you will.
Oh my God, this guy.
To handle business.
Man, alive.
I just can't bet on Florida State's consistency right now. And hopefully,
See, I knew it.
When I lock Florida State,
filibustering.
and when you lock Florida State,
they don't cover.
we underperform.
Yeah, they don't.
So you know what? Screw it. I think the streak ends this weekend, and it's a reverse psychology special. Let's do it. Reverse psychology.
So you're going to lock Miami? Why don't you lock Miami to win it?
Miami's going to lock it up. There you go.
There
Miami's
you go.
gonna
You
lock
got it.
it
Yeah.
up.
All right. So you've got Miami, and I will take. I know. Boom. Boom.
Hey, they're back.
Look up. It hurts the soul to say that, right? I'll say we get it all together for one afternoon. It doesn't save the season, but it makes us feel a little bit better, at least for a time being. And I'll take the Noles to win on a field goal. Ricky Aguayo as time expires, and the Noles get it done 23-21.
Yeah, wrong team's favored.
Wrong team. All right, for everybody at the Seventh Hill Tap Room, and of course our friends at Jimmy John's, Ryan Kelly, Tom Lang, I'm Jeff Cameron. Thanks so much for enjoying the Warchant Man Cave show. We'll see you next time. Take care, everybody.